Geek Life presents.
What's up and welcome to the Weekend Geek. It's your boy Kool-Aid. This is the homie Rich.
What's up, guys?
And we're here to hit you with the top 10 in comic book sales. But first,
guys, continue to like, comment, and subscribe. It's great to see you guys again. It's been a while. I missed you. I missed you guys. A lot of stuff's been going on in the comic book world.
MCU is going crazy. We're watching all these new movies and shows. And look, he's fresh-faced.
I'm also down the Game of Thrones rabbit hole. I've been watching it.
First of all, how do you never watch Game of Thrones?
I don't know. I guess I slept on it. Everybody been telling me about it for years. I'm on season 2, almost done with season 2. Unbelievable show.
I'm going to suspend your geek card until he finishes. Every geek should be watching Game of Thrones. That should be like one of the staples.
It's so good. It's so good.
So have you caught up with the news? Are you ready to do this show today?
Let's do it, man. There's so much to talk about.
Let's do this. We got it. Holla at your boy. Number 10 on the list is Invincible Iron Man number 9. This is the first full appearance of RiRi Williams. Like, everybody's saying that Ironheart will be in Black Panther 2. The screen, they've seen it on set. I'm saying it's confirmed.
Okay, so are they saying that Ironheart's going to be in it or RiRi's going to be in it?
Well, they're saying that RiRi is going to be in it. So nobody really knows if it's official that Ironheart is going to be on the show.
So there's a lot of speculation on this going on right now. With the death, spoiler alert, of Tony Stark. I think they probably are looking to give these characters a new push into the MCU world, right? And so, I don't know, I mean, it could be just RiRi that's in the show, or it could be her in the full costume. Either way, these books are blowing up because of these announcements.
In the MCU, a lot of the high tech comes from Wakanda.
Right.
So, but with Iron Man passed away. Rest in peace, Tony. Saying I love you 3000. I'm saying, so is her connection? What's her connection to Wakanda? See, and Shuri is like 98% positive to be Black Panther.
98% positive to be Black Panther.
I'm 98% sure.
Yeah. Exciting times, man. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
Shuri has been connected to 20 cameos, 20 visits in the MCU.
20 visits in the MCU.
So, like, it doesn't necessarily mean a movie.
Right.
It could be a cameo in a movie. It could be a TV show.
Part. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm all for it. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen.
And we only can watch and see.
Guys, so this list is gonna be RiRi heavy. Number 9 on the list is Invincible Iron Man number 7, and this is her first cameo appearance.
Does it really matter? We've had this argument so many times.
So many times.
Cameo versus first appearance.
It doesn't matter to everyone, but it matters in the market. The prices do fluctuate based on whether or not it's a cameo or a first full appearance.
Her first full appearance is going for $300. The cameo is going around $200.
Right.
So we're talking about a difference of $100 on how long this character is in a cameo.
Is in a book. So, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm done debating about it. It doesn't matter to me. The first cameo appearance is the first appearance. But for collecting sakes, I'll take both.
And we're Collector Kingz, so we just say get both.
Get both.
All right, number 8 on the list is a book nobody suspected. It's Haunt number 1 by Image Comics.
I just learned about this book making the list for this show. I don't know anything about this book other than when I first looked at the cover, I was like, that looks very Spidey-esque.
And it's about a brother who dies, comes back and haunts another brother, and makes him, without any training, go out and find his killers and save the world.
So basically he possesses his brother to help him solve his murder?
Yes.
Okay.
So why is this hot?
I think it's hot because it's a Robert Kirkman property, and I believe that there's speculation on whether or not this may become a show, or is it
And
announced?
Todd McFarlane drew the cover, because if you look at the cover, it looks straight like a Spider-Man cover.
It does, but it's sick though, and this is a reasonably priced book right now. It's like $15.
$15.
I recommend going out and getting it. Maybe if it's a low run, like get the complete run, because I'm intrigued by the storyline.
If you're a Todd McFarlane fan, I would say get this book. But just for my collection, I'm gonna be without it. But I'm also gonna be very mad if it blows up and becomes a property, and I could have bought it for $15, and it turns around for like $200.
And that's part of the game, right? That the speculation game. You either act now and you celebrate or regret it, or you don't act now and you regret it or you celebrate.
Either way, I'm kind of sad.
Today's number 7 is Ex Machina number 1, and this is going for like $45.
There have been so many books with the Ex Machina name.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to even figure out which one it is.
So I believe this is the one from 2004?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a DC property because it's been from Dark Horse to Image to DC. It's been all over the place.
So why is this book blowing up right now?
And there's speculation that they were getting a movie in January 2020.
Okay.
So I guess they're almost done with production?
I don't know. I wonder if it has anything to do with the movie that already came out, starring our boy Oscar Isaac.
Okay.
Which is a dope movie. So I don't know.
I haven't seen it. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah, it's dope.
How do you see that, but you haven't seen Game of Thrones?
I'm watching Game of Thrones now, so I'm watching it.
How many people have seen Ex Machina? And raise your hand.
It's dope. I highly recommend you watching that.
How many people have seen Game of Thrones? Everybody raise their hands.
Now, the thing with Game of Thrones, right? It's such a high commitment. I mean, each episode you literally have to sit there and pay close attention to, and there's 8 seasons. Ex Machina, I just went to the movies one afternoon, and bada bing, I'm done.
It was in the movie theater?
Yeah.
That tells you.
Alicia Vikander was the mech, or whatever they're called, the robot. This is a dope movie.
I'm going to Redbox. Alright. Spider-Man is real hot in the game right now. The trailer for No Way Home just dropped it.
Yo, that trailer is sick, dude.
I get it. I have my questions. We're going to talk about it in a minute.
Alright.
But number 6 on the list is Amazing Spider-Man number 641. I almost forgot for a minute.
Yep.
641.
641.
This is when Mary Jane and Spider-Man and Doctor Strange comes in and makes everybody forget they're married.
This is called the One Moment in Time storyline. But
if he wanted a divorce, couldn't he just sign the papers?
Yeah. So this is funny to me because it's like there's so much speculation right now. Like I was just at my local comic book shop Thursday, and I picked up my pull list, and while I was there, like they got a phone call, and it was somebody looking for the One More Day storyline. So like this one trailer is pumping up like books in the market like crazy. This being one of them.
Because the bootleg trailer came out, and Disney and Marvel could not have... Did you see the bootleg trailer?
I did. The bootleg trailer was like such a rough watch because it was a video of a video of a video like it was somebody watching it on their phone, right? Yeah. Recording that like
somebody else's phone,
right? But it was the pre-production trailer. And then I'm guessing Sony was like, and then the next
because it was so bad, and I kept wondering.
I wonder if it was intentional.
I wondered if like Doctor Strange's house was it frozen over or was it supposed to be green screened? I couldn't figure it out.
In the regular trailer, it's frozen over.
Right, and so I wonder if it's even real because Doctor Strange was so corny in the trailer.
Right, so. The corniness of it and like just his demeanor, the way he was acting, the way he was dressed, the way he was speaking to Peter, like it has speculated theories in and of itself as well.
This is the man who plotted against Tony Stark for his death, yo. Like people don't get it. That's like one of the coldest, meanest things of the MCU that I've ever noticed, and no one ever points it out. He set this man up to die.
he didn't set him up to die. It was the one of millions of ways that he saw that they actually succeed.
So out of all these millions of ways, he couldn't have figured out how to counteract this.
I don't know, man.
It was a heartbreaking moment.
It was, absolutely.
No one can be. I am Iron Man. Yo. It was heartbreaking. So everybody's thinking these storylines have something to do with this.
Yeah, absolutely. So all these storylines that have anything to do with Peter and MJ splitting up, or, you know, just people forgetting who he is, are all catching heat right now.
So I'm saying, so all these things that everybody's specking, and a spec game is very
when it pays off, it's good. But then when you're kind of wrong about it, you got
you got 10,000 books and it's worth $1.
Yeah, it could happen, but that's part of the game, right? It's part of the fun.
See, but then we're going all into the multiverse, and all these things and everything is happening, and all these different SpiderMan are coming in.
Right.
So we're just praying that this one, and then the cover is dope. It kind of reminds me of who?
John Tyler Christopher.
It is one of those John Tyler Christopher.
It looks like that
where like the background color goes in with the characters.
Right. It's so dope. Really like the cover.
I would buy it just for the cover.
Yeah, I would too, but not for like speculation purposes.
And but who cares if they get divorced?
I mean, it's a big deal in the comic book world if they do. You know what I mean? And anything that impacts a major character is a big deal.
So if Superman's wife disappears, we care?
Superman fans care. You don't. You don't like Superman.
Not at all. So we just want to see where this one goes.
Yeah, we will.
And see how people feel about this.
Because the movie, hopefully, if it stays on target, comes out in December. And I'm curious to see how many of these books that are hot right now are just going to plummet. Good
or bad, we'll be there. We watched Black Widow.
Black Widow was dope. So continuing with the trend, our number 5 book is Amazing Spider-Man number 545. This is and I'm totally going to mess up the pronouncement of the name, but the Jurjevic cover?
I'm going to give it to you. I don't know.
I don't know either. But it's a dope cover.
It's the one with Mephisto in it.
It's the one with Mephisto. And let's talk about the theories. If you don't want to hear this, because it's really not a spoiler alert, but one of the biggest theories going on about the Spider-Man trailer is that Doctor Strange isn't actually Doctor Strange.
He's Mephisto.
That's what people are speculating on.
My thought when it comes to Mephisto, everybody has said for the longest time he's showing up.
They've been talking about this for dumb long, and it hasn't happened yet.
Guess what's going to happen? What? They're going to talk about it for so long, he's finally going to show up 10 years from now.
And nobody's going to care.
And they're going to be like, oh, we were right. No, man, no, you weren't right.
You weren't.
He didn't show up in WandaVision. I don't think he's going to show up now.
We don't know. What if he was in there some way? Like, I have a feeling that the way they're going to utilize this character, if they do choose to finally use him, is that he's going to be in the background like all this time, just messing up little things or whatever.
So he is the Hydra of the new of Phase 4.
No, he's not the Hydra of Phase 4.
But Hydra was all over Phase 4.
Right, but Hydra...
Phase 2 and 1 and 2.
Because of the geopolitical route that they took with the Captain America films and Black Widow, which is such a dope movie that you hate on.
Come on, man. Only the best thing was about that movie was Scarlett Johansson and her sister doing the pose. The pose was the best thing.
Come on, man. The best opening sequence to a Marvel film, in my opinion, since I don't know what.
Are you serious?
Yes. So much truth and reality, so much grit. The use of the Nirvana song, it was sick, bro. But anyway,
the best thing is Scarlett. Give Scarlett her money. So
yeah, give her her money. What are you haters, man?
I'm gonna go.
Haters.
I didn't like your movie, but I'm gonna go for Scarlett. I'm saying Scarlett Johansson is my boo.
Yeah,
JoJo.
Absolutely. And I like her sister too. Like all the characters.
Yes.
All the characters.
She's gonna be
the new characters in this movie were dope.
The creation of Thunderbolts.
I mean, I don't see how you didn't like it.
I didn't like it. Only thing I like is her sister and the posing and how they're gonna set up.
That was hilarious.
They're setting up Thunderbolts, people. If you want to go for a spec one, go for the Hulk that had the Thunderbolts beginning. That is going to be there.
So anyway, back to the Amazing Spider-Man number 545.
But this is the only reason it's hot though.
Is because of the speculation.
Right. I'm saying, so who cares about Mephisto? Let's talk about, I'm saying, Scarlett Johansson. Number 4 on this list is Eternals number 7. This is the giant-sized X-Men of the Eternals. It has the first appearance of everybody, the one above all, and the antagonizer, and
the analyzer, the
searcher.
I don't know.
There's too many.
There's too many people.
But the thing is,
name.
If you've seen the trailer, like, it's just like when we think we're done with something, they pull you back in.
They do. They do.
I love the trailer.
I'm so excited for this movie. I can't wait. It looks
I am mad.
so dope.
Okay, if you watch the trailer, they kind of explain it, but I'm still upset. You watch half the population disappear and then come back. You watch Tony die, and you couldn't come around and just flick Thanos in the face or something.
Well, I mean, we don't know the extent of their power in the MCU, right? Just regardless of what we know about the comic books, we don't know what portrayal these people are going to have in the MCU. We don't know what impact they're going to have. I think another part of the reason why they're not in the past of the MCU is because like all these characters, like they're deciding behind the scenes, the studio, who they're gonna use, Like back when what was the Avengers Initiative was first being played out before our eyes, they weren't thinking about all this
But
stuff.
you gotta think, like, people like Crystal have been a big... No, Crystal's saying that's an Inhuman. But, like, what's her name? Shuri, Thuri, whatever. I'm bad with horrible names. But she has been a big part of the Avengers history.
Okay.
So why can't we have them... And they've been... And if you watch the trailer, they have been there since the beginning of time.
Right.
So you got all these powers, and you just gonna watch people dust.
No, yeah, I get the argument. I totally agree with you. It's just like... It's the dilemma also of all the individual films. Like, why didn't the Avengers come and help you, Peter? Why didn't the Avengers come and help you, Steven? You know, like, it's... Like, that's what happens with the universe. It's so convoluted that, you know, there's just...
And are the Deviants the new Chitauri?
No, I hope... No, I don't want it to... I don't want a repeat of the Chitauri. I want something dope. I hope the Deviants is something that we've never seen before. That it's not just like your faceless villains. Like, I hope it's better. Because
you got to take everything that's being processed and thrown out there, and with the Secret Wars being saying the rights being bought officially by Marvel,
right?
And the writer coming back in to write scripts, they're going to have to put in a plethora, like my word, plethora of villains and heroes to put the Secret Wars together.
No, yeah, absolutely. They're going to have to. And I can't wait to see what they do with it. Already, I mean, it's been altered because of the deaths of certain characters. So, I mean, obviously, they're going to have to change it up and stuff. So,
but with the Eternals, you bring in 7 new heroes that can be added to this group. So, I wondered, did you watch What If?
I haven't watched it yet. No.
See, if you watch What If, the one when Black Panther is saying it's Star-Lord, saying the Collector is the big bad. And if you read the comics, Collector is more powerful than he was portrayed
in the movies.
In the Phase 1 and Phase 2.
Okay.
So does he come back and show his true power? And does his brother actually show up?
I don't think so, no. I don't think that characters that they portrayed as, like, weaker in the films... I don't think they're gonna come. Like, for example, like the Mandarin, right? Like
he's coming back. Shang-Chi will be there Friday.
But I can't think of the actor's name right now. Oh my goodness! But
yeah, you're my name guy. Because without you, I suck.
That version of the Mandarin, I don't think is gonna come back as a more powerful version. You know what I mean? Like, I think who they were already in the films are gonna kind of stay who they were, and then we'll see something else. You know?
Well, we gotta wait and see what happens because. We gotta see how this fits. I guess that's what we're talking about. How does this all fit?
Right, yeah.
And so we'll be watching. We'll be there on Friday, and we're just gonna see what happens then, huh?
Bada bing. All right, guys. Number 3 today is one that I'm excited about. I've loved this book since I was a kid. I love that it's expanding. It's King's number 1, the 1 in 250 variant. Oh. This is the book that Todd McFarlane is signing, and he's saying is the last time he's going to sign.
The ones that were ordered are the only ones that he's signing.
This is such a beautiful cover. I've been getting a bunch of the other covers. Donnie Cates did a cover. Go out and get it. Support our boy. But this particular cover is so dope. I mean, if you had the chance to go get the autograph on it, forget about it. That's dope.
This is one of the covers that I believe that it's like one of the books of our lifetime.
I agree.
This is the Wolverine 181 of this time, because with him saying that I'm only going to sign this one. So let's say 200 covers like this are out there.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
It's already going for over $1,000.
This is a $1,200 book, $1,225, right off the bat.
That you could have bought for $250. So you already like tripled your money.
When they released it, when it was fresh on the shelf, it was $1,000. So it's already gone up in value. I just told you guys I was at my local comic book shop the other day. We were talking and people camped out before it came out, and the first guy in line bought the one book they had for $1,000. Just like, boom, I'll take it.
See, no, originally it went for $250, but people have been because you gotta think, when you order 250 copies, you get a copy of this book. So that means the local comic book store gets it for cover price.
Okay.
And then so they put it to $1,000. So
okay. So
originally it was worth cover price.
Oh, okay.
And then whoever gets it dictates the price it's going to the public.
Right.
So the comic book store made like
they made their money back, right?
More than their money back.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous, but it's beautiful. I wanted one. I didn't fork out the money for this one.
I got the sketch variant, which is equally beautiful.
It is, and that's the one
I'm excited.
That's the one average Joe is buying.
Yeah,
that's going for about $30 right now. I'm saying on the different sites, but that's the one I would go for if I was just the average collector.
Right.
Because not everybody can buy the Berserker 1 in 1,000.
Right.
Or the 250. So this is the one I would get my hands on.
Cool.
Bada bing. Look, I said it. Number 2 on the list, I have personal feelings about. Number 2 on this list is Oblivion Song number 1. They're talking about that the movie is almost finished.
Yep.
I had this one in a 9.8.
Yep. We both got a 9.8 around the same time. I held on to mine, and you
sold mine for $75.
How much is it going for now?
$250 and climbing. But as we say, this is the spec game.
This is the spec game, and this is it. Like, it has its moments of victories where you're like, yeah, and then it has its moments of like it just crushes you, and you're like, why?
There was a time that I had 3 SpiderMan 300s, and that was like a glorious time in my game.
That's a girl that I've never even had one of.
I had 3 at the same time. But Oblivion Song, I was not thinking it was going to blow up like this.
That's all part of the speculation. They what is it? They're gonna make a show or a movie? A movie, and I heard Jake Gyllenhaal's involved.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I hear.
So yeah, so 9.8 going for about the last one that just sold went for $260.
Yeah, so it's climbing.
It's climbing slowly but surely.
So like this is a book that we've been talking about for years. It's been on the list numerous times.
Yeah.
And it's still blowing up. So, like, what is the ceiling? So, sometimes them slow climbers, man.
Now, look, don't get discouraged by the price of the 9.8. This is a book that you can still go out there and get for a reasonable price.
You can catch a raw for anywhere between $30 to $10, depending on who sells it.
And maybe even cheaper than that, because people don't realize what that book is or what it's going to be.
I've been going to a lot of garage sales lately, and I picked up crazy books for like $5.
There you go.
So people who sell their collections, people who don't know what's going on with the collections, you can find it for a good price, but it's called The Hunt.
The Hunt.
And some people don't want to. This is why people like me and Rich make money off of comic books.
Right.
Because people are going to buy what they don't want to do.
Right.
So people don't want to be out there at 6 o'clock in the morning.
So they'll pay for the convenience of just having it delivered right to them instead of going out there hitting the pavement and just grinding to get the books.
And people get mad when saying the price raises, but were you at your local comic book store when it opened at 10 o'clock in the morning to get this book?
Right.
A lot of people are not doing that. No. Or put it on your pull list if you think it's going to be hot.
Exactly.
You never know. This is the game, baby. Yep. I lost this one. Rich is still winning. So we're going to see.
Guys, I'm excited about today's number one because it's such an example of like the ups and downs of collecting. Okay, I collected very heavily as a young man in the 90s. And,
just the 90s?
Well, I started in the 80s, but when I started buying my own books was in the 90s, right? And so today's number one is Ghost Rider number 28. And this is the first appearance of a whole bunch of people.
It's the Midnight Suns. This is the team of monster hunters, including Blade, you know what I'm saying, Ghost Rider, Frank Drake. It's a big crew. They used to have their own book like in the 90s.
First appearance of Lilith.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many people, right? But for the longest time, years, this was a $1 book.
Crazy.
$1 book.
Midnight Suns number one, you still can get for like 50 cents.
You could get all the other related books, like the Spirits of Vengeance, Darkhold, Night Stalkers, you know what I mean? But for whatever reason, this one's catching fire and is not coming down anytime soon.
A 9.8 is going for $500 right now.
$500. If you guys are like us and you were collecting in the 90s, you probably have this book in your collection.
Sitting somewhere, because it was a good story.
Yeah, definitely. I was a big fan of that run of Ghost Rider. The Danny Ketch Ghost Rider was my Ghost Rider of choice, right? There was the one... I love Johnny Blaze, don't get me wrong, but when I was a kid, for me it was Danny Ketch. You know what I mean? And
in Marvel, just took out ownership of a new LLC called Richmond Street Productions. And this is the cemetery that Danny Ketch was resurrected from.
As Ghost Rider.
So this could be a secret production.
Yeah, definitely. That's dope. So I'm excited. I'm hoping this does become something else. I hope this book continues to climb. If you guys have it, get it slapped.
See, but then also, it just makes me wonder, where is the MCU going? I know they're working hard with Sony to collaborate with like Morbius, because Morbius is a part of the Midnight Suns. Mm-hmm. And so I knew they blew our minds when they combined everybody for Endgame. Mm-hmm. They was beautifully done.
It was.
So, but now they look like they're coming so many different directions, and it's like, how do they bring all these people in? Now, Marvel just said that we probably won't see a new Avengers movie like for a minute, but it still seems like everybody's too spread to the wind right now.
Well, I think we are about to find out on Friday with watching Shang-Chi. I think this is going to be our first introduction to the route that the MCU is headed in. I think they're going to focus on more of the supernatural aspect of things, the mystical stuff, and Shang-Chi is definitely gonna be the intro to that stuff.
The Ten Rings look quite different, and so the Ten Rings could mean anything right about now. Mm-hmm. We just got to see where it goes.
Yep.
All right, well, that's the show today. Listen, I know it feels good to have us back in your homes, on your camera screens, whatever you're watching.
We missed you guys, too.
I did have dreams about you. All right, so catch us next week. We'll make sure it's hot. We'll make sure we're here. And we'll grow some beard back. It's your boy Kool-Aid. This is the homie Rich. Holla at your boys. Mad Flavor. Player.
Be good, everybody.